Toxic ex. Disclaimer, this is not my story time. It was sent to me on Instagram. My ex and I had been friends for 3 months. When he asked me out, I said yes because I really liked him. But the relationship only lasted 1 month. He started showing red flags really quick. He would constantly try to monopolize my time. If I told him that I couldn't hang out, he would show up to my house randomly without even asking if he could come over. It's like he was checking to see if I was telling the truth or not. Anytime I would be babysitting, he would also show up and ask to hang out. Obviously, I would say no because I was working. He also monitored all of my social media. If I posted anything about BLM, he would get so angry and he wouldn't talk to me. One day I get a text from him saying, "I don't think this is gonna work out anymore." He actually broke up with me over text. I was on a road trip with my family at the time, so I was so distracted and I thought I'd be okay. A few days later, I find out he started dating my best friend. Then he started sending me abusive text messages. My ex started sending me abusive text messages, calling me an SLUT and saying that I was stupid. Disclaimer, this is not my story time. It was sent to me on Instagram. I tried to reason with him, but he just wouldn't listen. Of course, I ended up blocking him. A few days later, he showed up at my house. I asked him why he was there. He said he was just riding his bike around. I didn't buy it for 1 second. He made it a habit of just showing up to my house on his bike. Then he started texting me from another number. He was constantly trying to get my attention. Of course, I blocked that number as well. I get a message from my best friend, who had started dating my ex when we broke up. She asked me if we could hang out and I said yes. Talked for a few hours and we made up. She explained to me how verbally abusive he was with her too, and that he was stalking her as well. But guess what? It gets worse. On top of all of that, he called my sister and started telling her that I was too fat for him, that I was unattractive, and that I didn't bring enough energy into the relationship, and that's why he broke up with me. That's when I called him and we got into a huge fight. Part 3. My ex called my sister and told her that I was too fat for him and that I was unattractive and that's why he had to break up with me. That's when we got into a huge fight over the phone. Of course, we both said extremely hurtful things. Disclaimer, this is not my story time. It was sent to me on Instagram. Like I said, he had been stalking me and sending me abusive text messages. I kept blocking him and he would keep coming back. Then again, he would show up at my house. His excuse was that he was riding his bike around my neighborhood. I told him I needed space. A few days later, I'm hanging out with my friends and there he is. Shows up totally uninvited. Everyone knew what had happened, but he still tried to talk to me. Of course, I ignored him. A few hours later, I get a ton of notifications from Instagram. Guess what? It's my ex. He started begging for forgiveness. He was trying to justify every single thing he did. There was no excuse for his abusive behavior. Not to me or my best friend. I told him to leave me alone, but he still kept sending the messages. They're starting to get to me. I know I shouldn't want to be with him, but part of me still loves him. He's the first person I've ever fallen in love with.
So when I was little, my mom took me and my brother to the local pool. I was 12, he was 4. So while my mom and I sunbathed, he played in the kiddie pool. When all of a sudden he comes up to us and says, "Mommy, I gotta go pee-pee." And instead of taking him to the bathroom, my mom said, "Go pee-pee in the pool." Shame on you, Carol Ann. We continued to lay out in the sun until all of a sudden we hear everyone scream. Oh my God, some kids peeing in the kiddie pool. Torian didn't understand, and he went over to the kiddie pool, pulled down his pants, and pee-peed like he was peeing in the toilet. But my mom is clever, and she pretended like she didn't know whose kid it was. And we never went back to that pool again.
A father was listening to his daughter pray. "God bless mommy, God bless daddy, God bless grandma, goodbye grandpa." "Honey, why did you say goodbye grandpa?" "I don't know, daddy, it just felt right." The next day her grandpa dies and the father just thought it was a strange coincidence. A week later the dad was listening to his daughter pray again. "God bless mommy, God bless daddy, goodbye grandma." The next day the grandma died. The father started thinking, "Wow, my daughter must be very special." A week later he was listening to his daughter pray again. "God bless mommy, goodbye daddy." He started freaking out and couldn't sleep all night. He left early and went to his office. He was nervous all day and kept watching the clock. He felt safe in his office and figured if he could make it to midnight, he would be okay. Once it hit midnight, he went home. When he went home, his wife said, "I've never seen you work so late. What's the matter?" "I had the worst day of my life." "Yeah, well, my day was worse. The mailman dropped dead on our porch."
Hello, my babies. What is going on? I just recently updated the TikTok app, and guess what? Your girl can finally upload videos for more than 60 seconds. To be honest, I'm super excited for this new feature because I'm the type of creator that likes to go all in depth. I like to create more tutorial type of videos. 60 seconds just wasn't enough time for me, I feel. So I'm super excited to be able to incorporate a lot more into my videos, to be able to go a little bit more in depth into what I'm actually doing, so that way you guys can be able to learn along with me. After my acrylic application, I decided to try something different. I went ahead and used the Young Nails gel paint to create the French tip. I've been seeing this trend go on a lot where people just paint a French tip and just sprinkle glitter on top. I thought it was super cute. I wanted to try it. And while I was at it, I wanted to practice more on my 3D flower nail art. I'm not the best at it. I find it very difficult sometimes to create the petals. Sometimes I can make the petals super big to where I don't have enough room for anything else. And then it just makes the whole nail piece look a mess. It just looks too crowded. And yeah. I also noticed that I need help with my rhinestone placement. Sometimes I don't really know what kind of design to go for when I'm doing a set. And believe it or not, if you choose the wrong rhinestone, it can make the whole set look bad, you know? So definitely need a little bit more practice with my flower placement and my rhinestone placement. But I hope you guys enjoyed this video. This is the final nail set look. I really like how it turned out. I mean, I still need more work on the flowers, but you know, I'm learning, you guys. Let me know if you guys like these more in-depth tutorials. I would love to make more of these for you guys. I love you.